It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion. This is for Tuesday, the 26th of March. I'm Michael Groff. 36 years ago today, the high temperature in Phoenix hit 100 degrees. And I bring that up because that is the earliest in the calendar year we've ever had a high of 100 degrees or higher. Luckily, we're going to be nowhere near that today. In fact, afternoon highs will be well below average. There's even a small chance we could see a shower or thunderstorm. But by tomorrow, that's going to move out of here. We start a rather substantial warming trend, and by late this week, afternoon highs getting back to near or even a little bit above seasonal averages. But that, too, will be fleeting as another rather impressive area of low pressure moves in here by later this weekend, just in time for Easter Sunday. Showers, thunderstorms, maybe even the potential of a couple of strong storms. We'll talk about that and everything else as we dive on in and discuss. First, the almanac from yesterday. 71 degrees the afternoon high, 49 the rather chilly morning low. A trace of rain officially in the bucket at Sky Harbor. Some of you actually saw a little bit more than that with those isolated thunderstorms around yesterday afternoon and evening. 81 and 56 are the averages for this time of year. And as we take a look outside right now, just after 10 o'clock, partly sunny sky. We're sitting at 63 degrees at Sky Harbor, dew point 39, humidity 42%. It's a light wind, the barometer rising. Temperatures around the nation right now, I bet you don't have to be a meteorologist to be able to pick out where that cold front is, that trough. Yeah, got a front there from Wisconsin southward toward Arkansas, Oklahoma, Texas. Behind that, it's very, very chilly. In fact, quite a contrast in temperatures over the lower 48. South Florida, you've got temperatures in the low 80s. Parts of North Dakota and Montana, you've got temperatures in the single digits. Yeah, winter's still holding on in some areas, that's for sure. And where we have that clash of air masses, you bet we're going to have some showers, thunderstorms, maybe some strong to severe storms today. You can see that on the upper air look right now, the area of low pressure across the northern plains. And that's the trough that brought us the unsettled weather and still actually is bringing us a little bit of settled activity today with a somewhat drier west to northwesterly flow setting up here for us in the southwest. Okay, the watch warning map, still some winter weather conditions, especially over parts of Minnesota, the arrowhead of Minnesota with the winter storm warning right now. And the snowflakes are still flying up there through later this afternoon. The convective outlook, we've got that standard slight risk of severe storms from around Fort Wayne, Indiana, up toward Ann Arbor, Grand Rapids, Lansing, Michigan. And there is the marginal risk of severe storms, too, for parts of the Gulf Coast. In Arizona, we're in the green. Thunderstorms are possible. We don't anticipate organized severe weather. But the strongest storms that develop today, yeah, some lightning, some locally heavy rain, brief heavy rain, and maybe a little bit of small hail and some gusty winds to 35 or 40 miles an hour in the strongest storms, just like we have seen in the recent days. Precipitation outlook. This is valid through Tuesday morning of next week. Rain amounts in Phoenix between 1/3 and 1/2 inch. Of course, your amount will vary, and there is still a bit of uncertainty as to how this next system coming in here will play out, and we'll detail that as we dive on in, take a look at the models, see what they say. This is the GFS. It's the 12Z run, and this is valid at 5 o'clock this afternoon. Broad troughing across much of the nation. A weak little wave on the back side of this coming on through today, and what it means for us down at the surface for the afternoon hours. Yeah, we'll call it partly cloudy. There's a slight chance we could see a shower or thunderstorm today. And I suppose just about anywhere in the valley could pick up a storm, but more than likely, if one were to develop, it would be across the typical higher terrain features of northern and eastern Maricopa counties. So places like New River, Scottsdale, Carefree, Cave Creek, the usual locations, higher terrain features would see those. But again, they'll be isolated. But be aware of that for this afternoon. So we'll put that 20% chance of rain in the forecast. High temperatures, upper 60s, low 70s. So still about 10 plus degrees below where we ought to be for this time of year. Tonight, the skies become mostly clear and it'll get downright chilly for this time of year. Lows may actually dip into the upper 30s in some of those outlying valley locations, the rural desert areas. But for most of us across the metro, I'd say low 40s to low 50s. And then tomorrow, high pressure is going to build in. That trough is going to move on out of here finally. High temperatures, mid to upper 70s. The sky turns sunny. On Thursday, high pressure still in control, but some high clouds will return to the mix. We'll call it partly sunny with a high temperature in the low to mid 80s. Same thing Friday, partly sunny, low to mid 80s, but don't look now. Off to the west, another area of low pressure is rapidly intensifying as it slips southward along the west coast, and that's being driven by strong high pressure upstream over the North Pacific. A very strong jet is going to force that low to intensify pretty quickly, and by Saturday, you got upper heights in that thing down to about 540 decameters, and that's near record low for this time of year. Very cold air aloft is what that means, and that's going to be very efficient at pulling moisture northward. And we can see some pretty heavy rain perhaps coming into Southern California about that time. Mountain snow, too. Now, for us in Phoenix on Saturday, the sky is partly to mostly cloudy. High temperatures will still be on the mild side. In fact, with southerly to southwesterly flow, I'd still expect, in spite of the clouds, we'll have highs still topping out above 80 degrees. I'd say probably 80 to 84 for the day on Saturday. But by Saturday night, that low is going to finally begin to move eastward. And as it does, that frontal band will start to come on in. And by Sunday, that's going to move across the area. And depending on the timing of this certainly looks like a fairly strong low. It's going to be entering a weakening phase as it does begin to move east, but it'll still have some pretty strong winds aloft. And maybe even a bit of a unidirectional shear component to this frontal band. And so we could see a line of showers and embedded thunderstorms developing. And I would suspect that some of those storms with stronger winds aloft could get on the strong side. I'm not saying this would be necessarily a big severe weather event, but there might be some isolated severe storms in that. Again, we're going to know a bit better as we get closer to this. By Friday, once we get within about 60 hours and we allow those convection, the CAMs, the convective allowing models to have a better look at this, we'll get a more clear picture on how this may play out. But as it stands right now, showers, isolated to widely scattered thunderstorms with that, maybe a couple of strong storms, decent rain out of that as that moves through during the day on Sunday. And I know that's Easter Sunday, a lot of plans people have, outdoor plans maybe even, and I'm not saying cancel those just yet. There's still some uncertainty in the timing of this, but do keep this in mind as there is the potential of some rain and maybe a few strong storms. And it will also, outside of that, it will be breezy to locally windy and much cooler. High temperatures on Sunday probably only in the upper 60s and low 70s. Now, once that front moves by, the rain's not necessarily done. This area of low pressure is not going to be in a big hurry to get out of here. So Sunday night and Monday, it's still going to be lingering around. The colder air aloft is going to be sitting right on top of us. And so we go from kind of a frontal band and an organized area of rain to more of a unsettled pattern, more of a scattered shower and thunderstorm regime here across southern Arizona. So we'll see that for the day on Monday. It's not going to rain all day, but these pop-up showers and storms will be with us, and especially by the afternoon on Monday. So high temperatures with the cold air aloft sitting right on top of us, probably only in the mid to upper 60s. This is a cold area of low pressure after all, and that will result in some snow in the mountains as well. But as we go to a week from today, this is Tuesday, the 2nd of April. Now we're getting that system on out of here. It's beginning to elongate, stretch out. We've got high pressure building in behind it. We should start to dry out, I would suspect, and high temperatures will warm up a bit, back into the 70s at least. And we'll probably see highs getting back into the 80s by the middle part of next week. And after that, this is Thursday, the 4th of April. Another trough is mostly going to pass by to the north of us. That would result in breezy conditions. Temperatures may be held in check by that, but I don't think that would produce any precipitation, at least not at this point. But obviously, it's 10 days out, and we'll see what happens there. Look at a rainfall for Phoenix. This is off of the GFS ensemble. And we're going out through the 9th of April here. And yeah, it looks like the ensemble mean up there between about 3/4 of an inch to 1 inch. And same thing for the European ensemble. Looks pretty decent that we will at least see a a good rain event out of this upcoming system. I'm not necessarily going to call it a significant rain event just yet, but boy, model trends are definitely looking a little bit more favorable for a good push of rain here, anywhere from about 1/2 to 1 inch across the southern deserts, including Phoenix. And of course, there are some individual members in these ensembles that are much higher than that. All right, looking at temperatures off the national blend of models. Again, we're below average today and tomorrow, and then afternoon highs get up in the 80s for Thursday, Friday, maybe Saturday. We'll cool it off quite a bit Sunday, Easter Sunday, and Monday, and then warming it up once again for the middle part of next week. That is going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video back here tomorrow morning, hopefully, health permitting, in case you hadn't noticed. And if not, maybe get your ears checked. I have quite a bit of a cold going on here, a lot of congestion, and hopefully that'll start to clear up here by tomorrow, but we'll have to see. I was able to get through it, though. All right. If you enjoy these videos, and why wouldn't you, then be sure to subscribe, like, share, click that notification bell, leave those comments, questions, and suggestions. You really want to support us outside of maybe some cold medicine. Click that thanks icon below the video here on YouTube and make those monetary contributions. $2, $5, $500,000. All of it helps in the furtherance of this channel, so keep those donations coming in. Really do appreciate that. The executive producer of the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion is my one and only, the sweetest of all time, the Asian sensation and proprietor of sweetchildaz.com.org and the Facebook page with the same name, Sweet Child Arizona, talking about my Michelle. Check her out. Check out her relevant videos down in the description. And, of course, I also encourage you to check out our streaming station. It is called KMGX, whereupon we play a ton of music and have a lot of fun with that. So, again, that's linked up in the description as well. All right, I thank all of you so much for watching and all of your continued support and bearing with me through this. And you guys be safe and have yourselves a beautiful rest of your Tuesday.